Hi everyone, Ellen here from yet another stinking hot day, and I'm back in the pool because there's just no other way to cool down today. It's just horrible. I'm listening to my neighbours, crazy people that they are, actually digging up their backyard. I have no idea what they're doing, but they've got bobcats and excavators and God knows what else over there, and they've been at it since like 7 o'clock this morning. And I mean, they must be almost ready to pass out from heat exhaustion. Really, it's just mad. Anyway, so today is day 4 of the 30-day video challenge, and today's topic is what were we most scared of as a kid, and are we still scared of it today? Oh wow, that's a bit of a loaded question for me. I mean, all the usual things, I suppose, creepy crawlies, spiders especially, stuff like that. But, I think the whole time I was growing up, the thing that scared me the most, although I didn't understand it then, was not fitting in. And it's still the same today, I guess. I never had a lot of friends when I was little, and I don't know why that is. I've changed a lot. I used to be so painfully shy I could barely even answer the phone without blushing, but it takes me a long time to get to know people and to trust them. But I can remember when I was, early on in school, people would talk about their families and things, and people used to make jokes about me because I had red hair and fair skin, and my mum is olive skinned and so is my brother, and my dad is kind of fair skinned, but look, families are just, you never know what you're going to get in that genetic mix. But people used to make jokes about me being, the outsider, and I'd say to them, oh well, I'm adopted, so maybe that's why. And then they'd tell me that I was lying because I don't know why. And they'd go and say to Mum, you have to tell her to stop saying things like that. And Mum would say, but why? It's true. And it was never a big secret. So I suppose, or never a big secret in our family anyway. And eventually I stopped saying that to people until I was in my late teens, early 20s, I suppose. And even now, a lot of people that I know have no idea, and it really shouldn't make any difference. But I think that affected the way that I made friends and the way that I learnt to trust people, and as a result I became a bit of a loner, and that was just made worse by doing classical ballet. For heaven's sakes, who does classical ballet? We're talking late 1960s, I suppose, early 70s. I never played team sports much, useless at tennis, although I can play. I used to love swimming and running and athletics, not team sports. And so I was a bit of a loner and a bit of a self-defense mechanism, I guess, because if you go off and do those things by yourself, and if you pretend that it doesn't matter to you because you're quite happy with your own company, then that kind of works, maybe. But I was always afraid of not fitting in because I was never one of the popular kids. I was never one of the trendy kids. Never had a boyfriend in high school. Didn't have many friends from when I started school. And it wasn't really until I started working and started meeting a whole bunch of different people that I actually started to find my place. And but even today, and I'm in my 50s now, I still am very wary of people, maybe. I am better though, but still kind of wary, and not fitting in is something, doesn't scare me quite so much, but it's still something that bothers me. And I think it's just one of those things that I'll get better at over time, perhaps. So I don't know what else to say about that. There's been lots of other times when I knew I was never going to fit in, and one of those was when I was married my ex-husband was in the army, so we used to have to go to lots of dining in nights and all the rest of it, and I was always the odd one out because, oh my God, I worked, and oh my God, we had, you know, children, and I worked, and oh my God, like, you didn't live in army housing and things. So I never really fitted in there either, and I don't know, it's just all those things kind of build up over a period of time. So I guess the thing that scared me when I was little, aside of spiders, which still scare me, that not fitting in, and the acceptance that goes with fitting in is still the same today as it was way back then. I have come to accept that I will never be one of those people that has millions of friends and can just ring up and say, hey, it's me, and everyone knows who you are. But you know, I'm okay with that, and I'm happy with my world as it is at the moment, and I work on you know, being a good person and being happy with who I am and happy with what I do, and I try to be much less concerned about what other people think of that. Yeah, so that's it for me today. I'm going to just sit here and dunk for a while longer and listen to my crazy neighbours digging up their backyard. I wonder if they're putting in a swimming pool. Maybe they are. Yeah, and I will talk to you all. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. I was going to say I'm a bit over the Facebook video upload thing, so I'm actually going to start putting all my stuff on YouTube. I'm hoping that might be a bit easier because I'm still not quite there yet with putting these videos on my Facebook feed. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.